Hey guys, it's me again. So, um, I'm back to tell you about report number 2. So, as I said in my last video, um, the migraines are clockwork. I'm not sure why, but I've got to do more research on that. The last the last severe migraine that I had before January 25th was January 26th of last year, so that was one day before the last severe migraine. And I'm here to report that the very last severe migraine that I had was yesterday. And yesterday was one day after the 7-year anniversary of the migraine that started this all. And I call that, there's a series of 2 migraines. I'm not sure which one came first, but I'll call this one the first one. But um, the migraine yesterday came after it was one day after the 7-year anniversary of the migraine that started this all. I call it the math migraine because I remember dropping off some papers at math class, and then after that, I went to the urgent care, yada yada yada, and that's why I call that the math migraine. And I had to miss math, I think, or but yeah. So so let's talk about yesterday. So I woke up with a migraine, like almost every day. And I was like, okay, I'm not that concerned. I got my Mountain Dew, which I'm going to stop doing. I've not had a Mountain Dew today, and I was doing an experiment on Mountain Dew, and I think that experiment is gone. So I had Mountain Dew, and I was like, okay, me and my parents went down to Hanford to pick up some donuts that my mom wanted, and I was the migraine was the same as it was, and we came back, and the soul was growing a bit, and like I have to just relax, play some games, and just relax. And I was playing Mega Man 11. I was doing it so I could get my mind off of it. Why not lay in the dark room? I've got the dark room for a reason, because I feel like I had to be doing something that did not require physical activity, and also like playing games. You are using your mind while doing something at the same time. If you're laying down doing nothing, let's say you got no phone, no nothing, you're laying down, your mind focuses on that pain gets exponentially worse. That's why I stopped sleeping that's why I stopped trying to go to sleep while I've got a migraine. That's why I can't stay up, or why I can't go to bed when I've got a migraine. I needed it to go past, because that migraine will exponentially get worse if I try to sleep or rest. That's why I'm always on my phone or something. Why was I not on my phone? Because I'm on my phone. It's not the same level of concentration um, as a game. So the pain So I'm playing Mega Man 11, which is a pretty okay game. So playing the game, the pain goes down here, and this time, unlike January 25th, January 30th, this time and January 30th one, the pain goes right here to the eyeball this time, and I think it's getting worse and worse and worse, and I'm like, this really sucks, and I'm to the point that I say, I have to go to urgent care, I have to go now, and as we all know, the 25th of January, cannot go to Kaiser because they don't. The migraine. This is about 2 or 3. So of course the urgent care does not open, and Mom does some research, and we went to another urgent care that's outside of Kaiser, and that trip was long. The longest 20 minutes, longest 20 minutes for a long time. The longest 20 minutes I've had for a while. But I did get nauseous. I did not throw up. I still classified. I said that if I throw up, that is a hallmark of a severe migraine. I did not throw up this time. I'm still classifying this as a severe migraine because the pain was very severe. I also got nauseous, like moderately nauseous. So with those criteria met, it's still a severe migraine. So me and my parents went to the urgent care, the longest 20 minutes of my life, longest 20 minutes for a long time for me. I've not had 20 minutes be that long for a long time. Cool. Not cool, but cool. Then we stopped there, and the receptionist says, or my mom says, "Oh, I called you 20 minutes ago because of my son, and he has a severe migraine," and she says, "Let me talk to the provider to see if we need to take him to the ER." And when the receptionist left, Mom says, "For God's sakes." And I said, "I don't need an ER. I need a fucking Ketterlock. Ketterlock is what I fucking need." Which is a very strong NSAID, which is like ibuprofen, Aleve, aspirin, but this is like a very strong one. And she says, "Okay, yeah, the doctor will see him." And I told Mom the reason why they'd send me to the ER is if I'm throwing up. And when we got home, I said, to add on to this, if I throw up and we go to urgent care, I'm concealing that bag. I'm not going to bring that bag in with me because I'm not going to have them say, "Oh, he has to go to the ER because he's throwing up," because my migraine will already be healed by the time I see a fucking doctor in the ER, so there's no fucking use to going to the fucking doctor anywhere, the urgent care or the ER. That's the problem here. So so yeah, I learned that the hard way. With that said, so with all that said, I'm sitting there. My dad's writing the paperwork for me because I can't do it, and I had to sign paperwork. He filled it out, but I had to sign it. Then they called me back, and I had, I explained what was going on, and the doctor came in. It's like, oh, I hear that you're having a bad migraine. I'm like, yeah, I'm having severe migraine. And he says the best we could do is, or that the strongest medication that they have is Cutterlock. I'm like, that's all I want. So, um, thankfully, they gave me that, and it slowly helped for the most part. They put a 10-minute timer on. And the 10-minute timer came up, and they released me. They put the 10-minute timer to see if I was getting better, and I was slowly. And that shot burned, or stings. That shot really stings. I forgot how much it stings, but it does. Right. So we are driving home. The migraine has gone down. The migraine does not fully go away. We get home. The migraine, or this is on a Saturday, and this is usually when I go down to Tulare for my dad. I cannot go down to Tulare because of the migraine, and I could have probably, but I chose not to. I did not think I probably should. And so I stayed home. I was on my bed. I was seeing some Survivor things. And the migraine stayed there. Stayed there. Stayed there. Didn't go away. And this actually was the one that stayed there for a while, and it got worse. Like, it actually got worse. Thankfully, it did not get completely worse. Not to the level that it was that afternoon. Thankfully. Oh, I forgot to mention, before we went to the urgent care, 20 or 30 minutes before, I took sumatriptan and Aleve. So this is my first time taking Aleve in, like, I shit you not, 2 or 3 months. So that was weird. But so around 7 or 8, as I got up from my bed and I finished Mega Man 11 to get my mind off of it, and I decided to do research on migraines again times 1,000, because I've said again how many times on this fucking channel? A lot. And I was to the point that I also looked at my data about stress, and I don't think I was stressed out past couple of days, or I looked between the 25th and today, or not today, but yesterday, the 25th to the 30th, and I cannot really, I was not overly stressed. Maybe some school things, but I was not overly stressed at all. I'm concerned about my dad and his health, but it was not overly stressed at all. With all that said, I looked at my data. The stress levels were not consistent with the levels of stress 3-4 days before the 25th. That was consistent. And when I say consistent between the 25th and the 30th, I mean consistent levels of stress that would cause the severe of a migraine, like the consistent levels of the 21st to the 24th. Those are the levels I'm talking about. The levels of like over 5 and above. That's the consistency I'm talking about. The levels were not consistent. The 25th to the 30th, they were like below a 5. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I still think it was, or I still think stress is a part of it. I'm not sure what. I'm not like paranoid, severe migraine, don't want severe migraine. I wasn't even thinking about that. So but stress, I still have that in mind. Nothing makes sense, but I said soul theory. So I went on a website that I'm assuming doctors use about different medications, or not medications, but different treatments that that they use for migraines, not just pharmaceutical, but like lifestyle changes and other considerations for migraines. And I saw my focus really was on antidepressants. And I don't do SSRIs, which are considered to be the most effective antidepressants, but they have like a lot of side effects. And the reason I used to take a SSRI named Prozac, or also Zoloft, a long time ago, but I was on Prozac, but I got taken off of it for a reason, for a side effect. And the reason why I'm so hesitant on wanting to try to go back on like something like Prozac or Zoloft or whatever. As having that side effect happen again. Hell, back in 2014, I think even for depression, I think this is before the migraines actually got out of hand, that my psychiatrist back in 2014, or when I had a psychiatrist, I don't see a psychiatrist anymore, but when I saw a psychiatrist in 2014, he prescribed an SSRI, even though I told him I have this condition that it caused me. No, don't worry about it, Robert, don't worry about it. And I took it, and guess what happened? That side effect. But I'm to the point. I'm not to that point of wanting to try an SSRI, which is a serotonin or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. But there are other classes of antidepressants which are like sisters and brothers of the same class of medication, not SSRI, not same class, but same generic sort of medication. They're called SNRIs, SNRI, which are serotonin non something inhibitors. And there's two of them, and one of them is, two of them are useful. For migraine prevention, and I've heard of both of them. One of them causes that symptom, or that side effect. The other one causes nausea, or can cause nausea and vomiting. So there's that. Don't ask me to pronounce the two medications. One starts with an A, and something lean. The other one starts with an N, I think. So that's and with that said, and I told myself, I might actually just write down every medication I've ever used, and every medication that I have seen, and put all of them down, and see what the doctor thinks. There's a couple medications I do not want to give up. Topamax is one that I do not want to give up. I'm hoping that I can increase the medication from things that I've seen on Facebook. That apparently one person has 400 milligrams. I'm on 100 milligrams. I have no idea. Because that has helped by far the overnight headaches. Like the headaches that I wake up at night, not during the morning, but at night, really good, really well. But not the headaches that I wake up in the morning, or the migraines in the morning. But the headaches when, like, I have to use the restroom at 3 in the morning. Kind of, I'm not sure. But I feel like it has helped that part. Um, so that's the research that I have. That I did last night. And I was going to make 3 videos today. Not sure if I should. No, probably not. Probably so. And you know what? I'm not sure. I might. Yeah, I'll make 3. Just some or I hope it's very promising. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll make a 3rd one. It has to do with the Kitterlock, and that is a segue to one other thing that I have to say. So yeah, no, that's a good segue. But that's cool. Well, anything more else I should talk about before I wrap this one up? I'm still very tired. Um, I guess one thing. If I have a 3rd severe migraine in the next couple days, tomorrow, tonight, a few days, 5 days, 8 days, 10 days, 14 days, 5 weeks, there might be something I could correlate with. No, I can't. If I have a migraine, severe migraine, 4 days or 5 days, whatever, there might be something I could correlate it with. But I'm not gonna say much about it right now. On good news, my sister, who's a psychologist, got vaccinated. She got her 2nd vaccination a couple days ago, I think. Both my parents got their vaccination, and they're due for their 2nd one on the 12th of February. It's really good. Um, I have not been vaccinated. Oh, vaccinated for COVID, that is. Um, yeah, past couple, one other reason why I'm so tired. Oh yeah, migraine. So I went to bed with that migraine. Oh yeah, I'm not done with that migraine story. Migraine report. Both migraines maxed out at a 10. But with that said, the after I did the research, I'm sorry, I really derailed myself there. The migraine ended, or did not end last night. It went down to maybe a 3 or 4, which is wonderful. But I woke up with it, and I'm like, fuck this shit, and I took a sumatriptan. 2 sumatriptan in 2 days, that is not good. I've not done that since, what, October? And I took, yeah, so I did that. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like I'm pretty, that's one reason why I think I'm pretty tired. That's the, sorry. I think that is the reason why I'm so tired. It's because of taking the other sumatriptan. But there's potentially good news. Potentially, and I say potentially because it's potential. So, I bet you next video will not be as long as these two. Probably be 3 to 5 minutes. I'm really downplaying that. It's probably going to be like 2 years. A 2-year video. The longest video on YouTube. So with that, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys pretty soon.